Hello folks, this is Mickey Moore back with another video. Today we're going to be discussing an extremely important issue facing our country today. The harm of political partisanship. Now this concept may be the most critical political point we can make about politics in our country. It is the reason we all recognize for most of the problems we are forced to endure. It is also the biggest reason why we need to elect me, Mickey Moore, for Congress. Now I'll circle back to making that case a little stronger in a moment. We all know that relations between members of differing parties are growing worse and more combative. This division is polarizing not just the government, but perhaps more critically, it is polarizing the population at large and making compromise essentially impossible. Unfortunately for our pluralistic society, the inability to compromise means we can neither advance any cause nor solve our serious problems. The answer to this is actually quite simple. What we desperately need are more positive examples of nonpartisan based political outreach. We need people who truly put the interest of the people they serve above their political party. Because of the complications and expense of most political campaigns, this simply isn't possible with traditional Democratic or Republican candidates. People who serve these political masters will always be beholden to them first. They will always put party first, and then money, and then themselves, and their own personal political ambitions. And lastly, if there's any room left, they will consider the people. This is why electing me, Michael Moore, is so critically important at this time. For those of you who don't know, my name is Michael Moore, U.S. Congressional candidate. Everyone calls me Mickey. I want you to call me Mickey. I will call myself Mickey. I will occasionally say Michael because come November, when you look on your ballot, you'll find the name Michael Moore. Now, I don't represent any political party. I have been endorsed by a major party, but I'm not beholden to them. I'm not beholden to their platform or their viewpoint. Unlike other candidates, the party I represent isn't financing my election, and therefore I have nothing to gain by blindly supporting whatever they might believe. And that's if they even had any wide-ranging or strict socio-political belief structure, which they basically do not. We address the specifics of the LMN party in a separate issue statement. The point I'm making here right now is that I am totally free to represent the entire population of the 5th District of Minnesota, whether they identify with Democrats, with Republicans, or any and all unaffiliated independent groups. We cannot continue to treat this situation as an us against them fight over unwavering principles. Unlike the vast majority of politicians, I don't represent only the people who voted for me. I don't represent only the people who pledge allegiance to the party to which I belong. No, I represent everyone residing in the 5th District in equal and fair portions. This is one of the reasons why you can always find my direct phone number at the top of each and every website page, why I encourage any and all constituents to email me or call me anytime, because I am truly representing you. This means how I feel about the issues is not nearly as important as how you feel about the issues that concern us. What you think and communicate directly to me impacts the representation I give as our congressperson. This is why I will spend much more time in the 5th District than in the District of Columbia. Unlike our current representative, I'm not going to Washington, D.C. to advance my own personal agenda. I'm not going to fulfill my personal political ambitions. I'm not trying to make a national name for myself, accrue vast sums of international campaign financing, enrich myself, engage in secretive or inappropriate marital affairs, or become corrupted by any other political temptation. I'm going to Washington, D.C. strictly as the representative of the 5th District of Minnesota, as one of you, to carry your attitudes, your feelings, your concerns to the United States Congress on your behalf. Never to predetermine those attitudes, feelings, or concerns for you, and certainly not to tell you what you should or should not believe or feel about any issue. The extremism demonstrated by many members of Congress today is precisely why Congress remains gridlocked and ineffective. In many ways, the Democratic Party has been co-opted by extremists and socialist progressives, In a similar way, the Republican Party has been hijacked by extremist conservatives, and both parties are ruled by partisan absolutism, which disallows and disavows anyone who attempts to compromise or settle on a solution. The inability of elected officials to understand and carry out their appointed duties is at the heart of our nation's legislative failures. While one person can't do it alone, one person can be the example from which others learn how to properly function and spark a revolution of thinking. And electing Michael Moore will be that change for the better that proves to everyone that money and tradition are not any solution, but rather the single biggest problem in our political arena. When the 5th District shows the nation that a single person, unaffiliated and non-political, can independently organize and galvanize the population at a grassroots level with only minimal financing whatsoever, and convince people that change is not only possible, but necessary and realistic. And don't forget the fact that we're facing off against a multi-million-dollar force with 70 plus years of experience of winning and tradition of winning here. Well, that's just the beginning of a movement that can create a wave of righteous action and positive results. By living the example of a nonpartisan representative, we will forge a new path together, a path of committing ourselves to each other and to our shared vision of a better future. We should absolutely expect that people around the country take immediate notice of what we've done and react with similar efforts. We should expect that both of the major parties realize what a coup we've accomplished and aggressively reform their misguided tactics. We should expect that the 5th District will be restored to a place of political prominence and leadership, rather than remain the nation's poster child of meaningless, socialist, progressive, extremist idealism. Ideals are important, but what's better than ideals are actions and meaningful legislation that propels ideals forward into reality. Not every issue can be achieved overnight or in total. All of the most important achievements we have ever made as a country have come over time, at a cost, and in individual stages. Moving forward, sometimes slowly, is always a better strategy than absolute gridlock and stagnation. It's one thing to hold true to your principles, but placing idealistic principles above the good of the people you serve and represent is nothing more than political grandstanding, which is precisely what we have today. When you vote for me, you're voting for a change to people power. You're voting to place the future of the nation into the hands of individuals, not corporations, not political parties, not rich benefactors, not elitist politicians. I will be just the first of many elected officials who begin to turn the system we've grown so used to into a working and moving operation that reacts and responds only to the will of the people. I would encourage anyone who reads this message to send me your information so that I can include you in our list of supporters, and we can start right now working together to achieve those important ideals we all share. Now, my website is usrepmore.com, and you can go there anytime. You'll find my phone number, my email address, our Twitter handle. You can fill out the contact information form so we can stay in touch. But most importantly, I need you to look into these issues yourself. You'll find that I'm telling you the absolute truth, because I have nothing to lose by telling you the truth. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll be putting many more of these videos out between now and 2022, and I'm sure you'll enjoy them all like you enjoyed this one. Thanks so much. Have a great day.